and seductive spirits in Satan's hierarchy, known as the Jezebel Spirit. The term Jezebel came from the Bible, from the book of the 1st and 2nd Kings specifically. Jezebel was known as the evil and controlling wife of a passive king named Ahab, who ruled over the northern kingdom of Israel. Jezebel had a very bewitching and explicitly provocative spirit about her, hence the moniker the Jezebel Spirit.
Ahab, the son of Omri, reigned over Israel and Samaria 22 years. And it came to pass that he took to wife Jezebel, and went and served Baal, and worshipped him. And he reared up an altar for Baal in the house of Baal. But there was none like unto Ahab, which did sell himself to work wickedness in the sight of the Lord, whom Jezebel his wife stirred up. And thou shalt smite the house of Ahab thy master, that I may avenge the blood of my servants the prophets, and the blood of all the servants of the Lord, at the hand of Jezebel. And of Jezebel also spake the Lord, saying, The dogs shall eat Jezebel by the wall of Jezreel.
Now that we understand the past sins of Queen Jezebel and how she seduced King Ahab into worshiping the false god Baal and to murder hundreds of God's prophets, let's see how her spirit manifests through and seduces millions to this day. This demonic spirit is one of the most common spirits in operation today, and it is a powerful enemy of the body of Christ. The modern Jezebel is basically a domineering spirit working through the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. It is very blatant in today's media and is promoted by the Antichrist spirit and top elites. Women are often more prone to this sensual and erotic visitant, while men are particularly blind and are very easy victims to the subtleties of this enchantress.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressly, that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
These seducing spirits use high-level black magic and not only manifest through people, but their effects could be seen through commercials, entertainment, strip clubs, pornography, and so on. The Jezebel spirit is a very broad term for any seductive spirit within a woman. Now let's take a look at these manipulative spirits of seduction in action. Princess programming is the initial stage of MK Ultra mind control. Princess programming starts at ages as early as 2 to get little girls off track and to get them to look up to princesses who are usually nothing but provocative damsels in distress. Princess programming leads women down a dark path and invokes the spirit of Jezebel in them from youth. It is most effective on celebrities, but can be even effective on the general population. This type of programming can be seen everywhere, from the media to fashion to music and so on. Here, you could see one of the most occultic and symbolic fashion shows of this year. You could see the blatant undertones of severe MK Ultra mind control in these beautiful and very seductive models. This type of imagery is going to have a massive effect on a woman's subconscious mind. This sort of programming will certainly open up many to the Jezebel Spirit, because many were heavily simulated into today's over-sexualized agenda of the Antichrist beast system. The head of Medusa is also a very occult symbol associated with demons of lust and the Jezebel Spirit. According to Greek mythology, Medusa was once a beautiful girl who only idolized herself. From the beginning, she had the Jezebel Spirit in her. All day, she would stare at her reflection in the mirror and only talk about how beautiful she was. This obsession later manifested into the demon that we now know as Medusa, the spirit of lust. The spirit of Jezebel has many faces. One face the Hollywood elites love to use is that of the Medusa. They blatantly implant her into our subconscious mind. They promote her so the masses get engulfed in self-worship through selfies and plastic surgery, hence creating more Jezebels. Because Hollywood loves to mock us and shows the truth in plain sight, the spirit of Jezebel is ugly and acts as a snake. The snake is a powerful symbol of temptation, the dark, Satan, and lust. The woman with the snake can also represent a mythical goddess named Lilith, who many occultists believe tempted Eve in the garden. The lady in the red dress is Satan's secret weapon in the hierarchy of the Jezebel spirit. She represents all of your fleshly desires for sex, money, power, and fame. Through her, you will choose earthly pleasures over heavenly ones or spiritual ones. Through her, Satan will win over your soul through temptation, seduction, lust, and pride. He has her waiting for you at every corner. The woman in red is merely an occult symbol used by the Illuminati, entertainment industry, and media. She means something very different for each person. It could be a drug, an addiction, a dream, money, or a desire for something forbidden. She also represents a worldly trap that can be placed in front of you, and she's also designed to derail you from the path of righteousness. As you saw, the characteristics of the Jezebel are usually the image of the over-sexualized woman. Many everyday women are so seduced by the media that they even have the Jezebel spirit in them, especially in my generation. Jezebels are easily spotted once you know what to look for. She's always the woman that is at the center of all the attention. Attention is very important to the Jezebel. This is also the girl that you will have an overwhelming urge to stare at, and you'll be tempted to look at her eyes, hips, or lips. The urge to stare is very difficult to control when dealing with the Jezebel. And if you reciprocate, they will be able to lure you with their seductive stare and can pass on the deep lust